The cleaning ladies have taken my SD card. I have 2 SD cards. I'm now 50% of the SD cards that I have. And I know they're good at cleaning because there was a dead cockroach down here. And now it's not there. But they don't normally get rid of stuff like actual belongings of things. There's a 64 gig SD card as well, and the one I now am using to film this is 32 gig. So for those which are really quick-witted and good at arithmetic, that is now 1/3 of the SD card space that I did have. That's what I'm left with. This is a big chunk. I guess this is a lesson to always make sure that you put stuff back in the right place. I mean, it should have been in my camera, so I kind of like to think the fact that they wouldn't get rid of a fucking camera with a fluffy mic on top. Do you reckon they'd get rid of that? So I've just ruined your audio. I hope that didn't sound too bad. So I guess that's now kind of one of my missions for today. Unfortunately, the other mission wasn't too good either. Had to say goodbye to this bad boy. Just as I was about to leave, I was going to pick it up and film it, you know, make it a nice sad sequence of me saying goodbye to my beloved bike. But, as ever it seems to be with these vlogs, whenever I start filming, it starts raining. Now I've just realised as well, that guitar normally has an umbrella behind it. At least it did before the new cleaners came in. So, I'm not going to get annoyed at the cleaners because, let's be honest, they do a solid job and I actually am really grateful for them. But I'm going to get annoyed at the cleaners because they've got rid of the 2 things which I really need right now. I don't know what this is. The 2 things which I really need right now. What do you think of the beard, by the way? Good? Bad? Let me know. Stick it in the comments. Sound like a real YouTuber then. This is what it's come to. I've gone no shirt. I've gone swimming shorts as well. It's damage limitation. No umbrella. Can't be sitting around all day not doing anything. Let's get things done. Boom, bitch. You wouldn't even know I've been anywhere. Damage limitation. How's this for efficiency? Whoa. Okay, it's not the best. And before you say anything, I didn't have one yesterday, and the day before I did have one. I had no more than 2, so I'm sticking to it. Sticking to the rules. Sticking to the rules. Look at this. What do I do? I'm leaving it on the 21st of August. Do I pay $14.27 to make sure it's here by the 20th? Or do I wait 5 to 10 business days and it's the 10th of August now, but only pay $7.32? God, I'm going to have to go cheap. I'm going to have to go cheap. It's got to be. I mean, it is $7, which is like a $5. My old pal Winston here. He's worth holding on to, just to take that risk. But seriously, if I don't have that SD card, we're in trouble. And I fully understand some of you may not know what an SD card is. So basically, everything that you record or take pictures of on a camera goes straight onto the SD card. With no SD card, there is no recordings, there's no photos or anything. So if I'm walking around with a camera, it's pretty dumb to not have an SD card. In fact, the camera's ultimately useless. I may as well not have a camera. I'd rather just have an SD card. Big old expense, this one. But it's got to be done. Exciting stuff. Sounds kind of stupid, but £26 right now, which I didn't necessarily think I was going to be spending when I woke up this morning, is almost enough to make me feel a little bit anxious. I think because I don't really know when I'm going to get paid next, because I don't have a job or anything, it just kind of brings out a little bit of concern. And obviously the main goal when you go travelling is well, for me anyway, I want to go travelling for as long as possible and see and do as many things as possible. And if I've always got that little worry in the back of my mind of money, then it does kind of put a little bit of a dampener on things. It doesn't ruin it by any stretch, but it does make you definitely a little bit concerned. But money's a bit of an interesting topic, mainly because most people don't ever want to talk about it, but yet it drives so many decisions in life. And definitely for me, at least, when you think about doing something, you do have to think about money. So I want to be completely transparent with the amount of money which I've spent since I've actually left. So I left on the 3rd of June, it's now the 10th of August, so that is however many days, but it's just over 2 months. And the amount that I've actually spent since leaving is this amount just here. Generally speaking, it's pretty good. And the way that I've managed to do that is I've worked in exchange for accommodation and food, which are two huge chunks of money which people normally have to fork out for. That also includes a couple of plane tickets to a place that I haven't actually been to yet, and I haven't told you guys about yet, but you'll find out in another video. I'm going to put a whole breakdown of everything that I've spent money on screen now, so you guys can actually take a look. But you can see that generally speaking, I actually live quite within my means. If there's no real need to spend money, then I won't. Every so often I'll treat myself to a coffee and a slice of cake, which I can't finish. Shout out to the last video. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Shameless plug. But my point is, don't not go traveling because you're worried about money. There's definitely ways that you can do things cheaply. Money is refundable. The people that you meet, the experiences you have, and the memories you make along the way when you are traveling, they are not refundable, okay? And they are so much more valuable than a couple extra quid in your pocket. I say a couple extra quid in your pocket, I think we know it's a little bit more than that, but the point is, if you haven't really got any financial responsibilities, then just do it. And don't worry too much about money. So I'm going to keep you guys updated as this whole thing goes along. The amount of days I've been away compared to the amount of money I've spent since I've left. It'll be a nice running theme just to see exactly how much money I've actually spent. Okay, so I need to tell myself to stop stressing about money, and I think this is probably one good way of doing it. Just make it transparent. Today's a very exciting day for one reason and one reason only. Other than the fact that I've been away for 69 days, which is a great number for so many reasons, you've heard me say it on here before. I wonder how many people have 69 since I've been away for 69 days. That's worth a Google, isn't it? Definitely worth a Google. So I mean, that's a pretty difficult one to answer. On average, 350k people have sex every minute. There's 1,620 minutes in a day. 1,620 times by 350,000 is 567 million. Let's say on average people can only really be bothered to do it 15% of the time. That's 85 million and 50,000. 85 million and 50,000 times by 69, which is the amount of time I've been away, gives us 5,886,450,000. Now out of those 5 or so plus billion people, there's going to be some crossover. So ultimately the answer is many people. Many people have 69 since I've been away. But like I mentioned, today is exciting for one reason and one reason only. New training day. I write everything down in this book, and for the last month I didn't really follow anything that I'd written down, and it all went a little bit off the rails. It's good to be getting back, keeping things simple, bread and butter lifting. I'm a happy boy. Okay, maybe I'll take that back. I think I've gone a bit too big on the rice and I haven't done enough exercise to warrant it, so I'm turned into a fat beardy man. Look at me now, Ma. Aren't you proud? Don't judge me, I can feel it. So I thought about it a lot, and I think in my uncaffeinated state, maybe I made some decisions that are a little bit too, let's say, harsh, and I didn't really think about the lifelong implications of them. So I made some changes, and the changes are simply still drink it because you want it, not because you need it, and don't drink more than twice a day. Everyone needs their vice, and I'd rather be doping up on caffeine than sticking heroin in my arms 3 times a day. I mean, we'll probably get there at some point because, you know, travelling, but we're not there yet. I'll tell you what though, if I was already there, I can't imagine I'd feel much worse than what I do now. Since that whole 1 month challenge, as soon as I have caffeine or sugar, within 5 minutes, I feel like I've got no energy. So I'm going to go take a nap, and then I'm going to edit this video so you lovely people can go and watch it. Okay, so if you've enjoyed watching this, then give it a like. If you've got anything to say, maybe about the beard, should it stay or should it go? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see more of what I get up to in the coming months and how much it's actually going to cost me to travel and potentially cost you to travel, then hit subscribe. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Look what I just found. It was in my camera bag. I don't even want to... I'm going to do this again though.